Sound, right? I picked this music because it has a kind of a nice combination of electronic sounds and acoustic sounds. Just to give you an idea of some of the things that were going on this track, I kind of want to play for you a few of the sounds that I was playing, because there's really not much going on in the backing tracks other than a groove, a bass line, and a pad to kind of let me know where I'm at in the music. But I want to play for you one of the sounds that utilize an arpeggiated string passage, and also I have the keyboard split in a way where I can play a nice little synth melody as well. The supernatural acoustic behavioral capabilities really make these things sound very, very realistic. Another one that I like is you got really amazing filters. It's really beefy all the way from the bottom to the top. Now, the Jupiter is all about layering, okay? If you think of the whole overall picture, what I'm playing, the sound that you're hearing, is, we call it a registration, and it borrows from the back way, the organ, the organ days. But what this registration basically means is it's like a scene in a digital mixer, where you have all of these knobs and faders and all these settings. You push a button and everything changes. That's what a registration is. And a registration contains 10 layers of sounds. And each sound can have up to 3 partials. So it's like 3 times 10, blah, 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 blah. Okay, it gets pretty intense, okay, as far as just sound capability. Now, as you know, that there's kind of an absence of a lot of knobs, okay? When you think of Jupiter past, okay, you think of maybe knobs and sliders. But we have 4 knobs here, but these knobs can do 48 things by one turn of a knob. 48 different parameter adjustments. So if you want to be one of these guys that does this and not this, you know, it's kind of cool to be able to do this, tweak this, and all of a sudden your sound just does this. All right, very, very cool. So in this particular case, I played this one thing, this sound, and there's a lot of shortcuts to get into the to real deep editing areas of the Jupiter, so you can do a lot of tweaking in real time. So, for instance, in this one, I'm going to go to the most basic layer. Boom! I just went down 10 layers deep. The idea, okay? There's some, if you can see this is like the basic synth engine type, okay? You got 3 partials and all the oscillator filter and amplifiers and all that stuff is all built in. Now the next thing, let's talk a little bit about the piano. Now the supernatural piano technology, remember there's no sampling, there's no samples, so there's no velocity switches. Velocity switches basically make the sound stair-step. It's very hard to play in like one dynamic range and just kind of float there and then smoothly go up. Okay, so it's but with supernatural we don't have any velocity switches. It's just one, nice arc. Simple layering. Some basic real-time stuff that's real nice, works really well. Again, that's the supernatural acoustic piano. Now, another thing that's been always really difficult to pull off from a keyboard standpoint is guitars. Okay, and it's mainly because you don't really you have to kind of fake a lot of performance things. You got to kind of develop a lot of performance practices to kind of pull it off realistically. With supernatural technology, you basically just play. You just play the way that you naturally lift off, naturally release the keyboard, and it's going to handle the stuff for you. For instance, if I wanted to play like this, nice sound already. Now if I play detached like that, it kind of does this semi-mono, mono switching to polyphonic mode. Okay, so it sounds very realistic. Now if I play notes together, like I want to play something a little bit more chunkier. If I play 2 notes together, I got that sound. If I play separately, I get that. So if I combine them, now if I play, like real kind of gliding into a note, I get the glide on the guitar. Also mute thing going on there, okay? So you get that vibe. Now if I was to go over to like maybe something like a flamenco, normally when people play the flamenco vibe, then when they do the chord, they always go ring, and it never really sounds right. Right? But with the pedal, I just play normal. And if I hold the sustain pedal down, when I do like this kind of thing, I get the up and down strumming and no like super layering of the sound. You know, it really is very realistic. So right? Very, very cool stuff. Also violin. And remember when we're talking about it plays this mono, it goes between mono and polyphonic playing mode. So if I play I get this very realistic sound. Now I also got, because of the supernatural, it's very sort of pianissimo, passionate kind of a vibe. And now I can play polyphonic if I want. Split keyboard, true tremolo.